The NBA playoffs are heating up, and the Philadelphia 76ers are officially headed for a collision course with the Boston Celtics. But all eyes are glued to Joel Embiid as he recovers from emergency appendectomy surgery that has left his status for Game 1 completely up in the air. While fans are desperate for a return to the court, insiders are warning that the Sixers are preparing to face the Celtics without their star center to open the series.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Behind every superstar is a strong support system, and Anne de Paula is clearly standing by her husband during this high-stakes postseason push. The model recently sparked questions after taking a trip back to her home country of Brazil, but social media updates confirm she was just enjoying some downtime before rushing back stateside. She is expected to be right there in the stands, rooting for Joel Embiid as he works to shake off the injury narrative and lead Philadelphia deep into these playoffs. It was a rough night for the Orlando Magic, as their offense hit a wall in a crushing loss that sends them into a high-pressure survival game against the Charlotte Hornets. Tyrese Maxey was simply unstoppable, taking over the game with a clinical performance that the Magic just could not counter, while Paolo Banchero and France Wagner struggled to find their rhythm when it mattered most. The Magic now face a must-win situation, and they have to figure out how to generate consistent scoring if they want their season to continue. Looking beyond the hardwood, the sports landscape in Philadelphia is getting a massive shakeup with the official unveiling of the exact location for the brand-new arena. This massive project is set to be the shared home for the Philadelphia 76ers, the Philadelphia Flyers, and the WNBA, promising to change the game day experience for every local fan. Stay tuned for all the developments on this project, and hit that subscribe button with the bell turned on so you never miss a beat. Imagine heading into the most critical stretch of your season, only to have your MVP candidate sidelined by something as random as appendicitis. That is the brutal reality the Philadelphia 76ers are facing right now as they prep for their high-stakes playoff opener against the Boston Celtics. It is an absolute gut punch for a team that relies so heavily on Joel Embiid's dominance in the paint. Embiid's path here has been anything but smooth. After a sudden surgery forced him to miss the final 3 games of the regular season, he has been stuck in recovery mode, leaving fans waiting for any sliver of good news. While the Sixers managed to power through the play-in tournament against Orlando without him, the level of competition is about to skyrocket against a juggernaut like Boston. Now, here is the cold, hard truth. NBA insider Shams Charania just dropped the update nobody in Philly wanted to hear. The Sixers are currently preparing to face the Celtics in Game 1 without their star center. It is not necessarily a season-ending scenario, but starting a playoff series against a team like Boston without Embiid is a massive uphill battle. On a brighter note, we did get a glimpse of Embiid back in the building recently. Coach Nick Nurse mentioned seeing a smiling Embiid sitting in the film room during the Orlando game, which definitely lifted the team's spirits. It's a sign that he's physically on the mend, but the recovery timeline remains wrapped in mystery. So, can the Sixers steal a game on the road, or will the absence of their MVP prove too much to overcome? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I want to see if you think Philly has enough grit to keep this series competitive. And hey, if you want to stay on top of the latest playoff updates, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The road to the finals is officially underway, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Ever feel like the universe is playing a cruel joke on your favorite athlete? If you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan, you know exactly what I mean. Just when the stakes were at their highest, Joel Embiid, the centerpiece of Philly's entire championship aspiration, found himself sidelined again. This time, it wasn't a nagging knee or a recurring ankle issue. It was an emergency appendectomy right in the middle of the play-in scramble. Honestly, it's a narrative that's becoming all too familiar. Embiid is one of the most dominant forces in basketball history, yet his legacy remains tethered to what could have been if he could just stay healthy for a full postseason run. But here's the kicker. History can change in a single series. If he returns for that brutal first-round showdown against the Celtics and leads a deep run, all that talk about missed games fades into the background. It's a massive if, but in the NBA, legends are built on defying the odds. Through all the scrutiny and the endless injury reports, there's one constant in his corner: his wife, Anne de Paula. Their journey together, from meeting in NYC back in 2018 to welcoming their son Arthur and finally tying the knot last summer, has been a beautiful parallel to his rise to stardom. Now, fans notice that while Joel was heading into surgery on April 9th, Anne was actually posting photos from a beautiful getaway in her native Brazil, capturing moments with friendly whales off the coast. It sparked a bit of conversation online, but let's be real. Sometimes you just need a moment of peace before the storm. It's clear she's back and locked in, ready to support her husband as he gears up to face the daunting Celtics. The stage is set for the most important stretch of Embiid's career. Will this be the year the narrative shifts, or is heartbreak written in the stars? Drop a comment below and let me know if you think the Sixers can pull off the upset. And if you love staying in the loop with the human side of sports, hit that subscribe button for more. Ever felt like you were pushing a boulder up a hill, only to watch it roll right back down? That is exactly what life looks like for the Orlando Magic's offense right now. Wednesday night in Philadelphia was supposed to be a statement, a gritty defensive battle where the Magic could grind out a win and punch their ticket to the playoffs. For a moment, it looked like they had successfully dragged the Sixers into the mud, playing the kind of slow, physical basketball that defines their identity. But then, reality checked in, and his name was Tyrese Maxey. While the Magic were busy fighting for every single inch, Maxey just flipped a switch. He spammed pick and rolls, hit a string of tough floaters, buried a step-back three, and suddenly the Sixers were up by 8, slamming the door on any hopes of an Orlando comeback. It was a 109-97 final, and now the Magic are heading back home for a terrifying, do-or-die elimination game against the Charlotte Hornets on Friday. After the buzzer, you could hear the frustration in the locker room. Desmond Bane noted that the process was fine, but simply put, the Sixers made the plays that mattered while the Magic came up empty. And that brings us to the elephant in the room. Why is everything for this team so inherently difficult? In a league where star power is the ultimate shortcut to success, the Magic are finding that their own stars aren't providing the relief they so desperately need. Paolo Banchero, who we look to as the engine of this team, was essentially invisible in the second half. A 2-for-10 shooting performance paired with 6 turnovers isn't just a bad night. It's a trend that's becoming impossible to ignore. When your best player doesn't make the game easier for everyone else, the margin for error effectively vanishes. It wasn't just Paolo, though. Outside of a massive 34-point outburst from Desmond Bane, the shooting was catastrophic. If you pull Bane's stats, the rest of the team shot a dismal 3 for 21 from deep. When you aren't a threat from the perimeter, the floor shrinks, the defense collapses, and suddenly every possession feels like a slog through quicksand. We're talking about a team that has now failed to score a point per possession in 6 of their last 9 playoff games. That is not just a cold streak. That is a fundamental struggle to execute under pressure. Anthony Black and Franz Wagner are preaching patience, claiming the shots will fall if they stay confident. But how much time do they really have left? The clock is ticking on their season, and this team is running out of ways to blame the rim. The Magic have spent the whole year fighting their own lack of organization and spacing, and in the brightest lights of the postseason, those cracks have turned into canyons. Is this just a young team growing pains, or is there a structural ceiling they can't break through? Let me know your take in the comments below. Is it time for the Magic to blow it up, or is this core just one shooter away from being real contenders? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coverage as the playoff race heats up. Remember, in this league, you don't just get to the top, you have to prove you belong there. Picture this: the heart of Philadelphia is about to get a massive wake-up call. We have finally received the official word on where the brand new shared arena for the 76ers, the Flyers, and our WNBA stars will be built, and the location is everything fans have been speculating about for months. This isn't just about pouring concrete. This is a landmark decision that is set to reshape the city's skyline and the way we experience sports forever. It's a bold move that aims to bring 3 powerhouse franchises under one roof, effectively turning this site into the ultimate epicenter for Philly culture and competition. But with a project this big, you have to wonder, is the city ready for the logistical overhaul that comes with it? It's a fascinating development that balances nostalgia with a high-stakes vision for the future. What do you think about this choice of location? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that subscribe button for more updates on this massive arena saga, and remember, in a city as passionate as ours, it's never just about the game, it's about where the game calls home.